everyone, welcome back. I'm Miss Susan and this is Let's Sew Kids, and today we are going to sew scrunchies. Scrunchies are very easy to make. They're very quick to make. You can make them out of all different types of fabric. You could make them out of a knit, like your t-shirts. You could make them out of velvet. Today we're going to be making them out of 100% cotton quilting fabric. It is the easiest fabric to sew, and it comes in all kinds of patterns and colors, so the sky's the limit. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do. Here's some samples that I made. This first one is a bandana fabric, this little pink bandana fabric. This one, this blue one, it's sort of a tie-dye fabric, different look. Your favorite schools. You can do it just in your school colors. This one's kind of fun. It's some bright polka dots, yellows, oranges, blues. And the last one, just to show you something different, this is made from a very lightweight denim. It just gives a different look. It's a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, but if you love denim, it's a great way to do it. And this one is cats. I love cats, so I had to make one with cats. Okay, so for your scrunchie, here's your supplies you'll need. You'll need a 4-inch by 22-inch piece of quilting cotton. You need your pins. You need a 9-inch piece of 1/4-inch wide elastic. You need a large safety pin, sewing thread, and a pair of scissors. If you have an iron and ironing board handy, you can use that, but it's really optional for this project, and I'll show you how you could do it without it. So we're going to take our piece of fabric. One thing I want to show you before we begin the project is I'm going to be talking about right and wrong side of the fabric. So this is the right side. This is the side you can really see the pattern. It's bright. You can see all the detail in it. On this side, this is the wrong side of the fabric. See how it looks faded compared to this side. So I'm going to be referring to right and wrong side, right side. So what you're going to do first, you're going to take your piece of fabric and you're going to fold over, I don't know, about 5/8 of an inch. I just kind of eyeballed it. If you don't have if you had iron, you could press this. If not, just like you're folding a piece of paper, just fold that down. Then we're going to take this, remember we want the seam with the raw edge on the inside of the scrunchie. So we're going to take and fold the fabric with the right sides together. That way my seam is going to be on the inside. And you're going to pin it. All the way down. Just in the interest of time, I have one prepared. So here it is, ready to sew. You're going to be sewing the seam right down here. You are not going to seam the ends. It's only on this long side. So let's take it to the sewing machine and get started. So when we sew our scrunchie, we're going to use the edge of the presser foot as a guide. It's right now about 3/8 to 1/2 of an inch from the edge of the foot where the edge of the fabric is going to be, and that's fine for this project. I'm also going to use, just as a second guide, is this piece of washi tape. Painter's tape works also. Washi tape you can find in the craft store in the paper craft section. It comes in all kind of fun different colors, but makes a great guide because now you can see I've got this straight line that I can follow when I'm sewing my project. The important thing, I'm going to put my fabric underneath the presser foot. And the important thing is to watch the guide, not the needle, because if you watch as you're following your fabric along the guide, you're going to get a straight seam. So what I'm going to do is start with a back stitch. So I'm going to take a couple of stitches forward. And a couple of stitches backwards. And we're going to come forward again. Don't sew over pins. Make sure to take your pin out before you get to it. So when we get to the edge, we'll take out our last pin, and what I'm pushing, I'm going to come to the end, going slow, and I want to backstitch. This is my reverse button. Some machines have a button, some have a lever. So whichever applies to your machine, you're going to press that, stitch, take a few stitches backward, and a few stitches forward, turn the hand wheel till your needle is all the way up as far as it can go. We're going to take it out, and I want you to leave a kind of a length of thread about 5 to 6 inches. If you cut too close to the needle, when your machine starts again, when you start your machine again, your needle's going to go up and it's going to pull that thread right out of the eye of the needle. You'll have to rethread it again. So if you leave yourself a nice length of thread, it won't do that. So now we're going to go, so here's our seam. And now we're going to go back to the work table for our next few steps. I'm back at the work table to do our next step. So we're going to take our sewn fabric and get your safety pin, and we are going to kind of fold your seam allowance over so you have something for the pin to grab onto. I like to do it really from the raw edge because it seems to turn a little easier, but you can do either one. But I do want to make sure I've got it well into the fabric. If it's too close, it'll just come tear right out. So I'm going to take my safety pin and I'm going to dive it down in there. And we're almost through. There we go. Got it right side out. And flip that folded edge out. Take your safety pin off. Just pull that side out. Now at this point, you could press it, but you really don't need to. I kind of finger press it just to work with it when we're going to sew it together. But remember, it's a scrunchie. It's going to be turned and wrapped up in your hair. You're going to be working with it, so don't worry about the fabric being a little bit wrinkled. So now we are going to take our safety pin again and our piece of elastic, and again I put it down about 1/2 inch so it holds on. And I'm going to start threading it through the fabric. But be careful at this point. When there's about 1 inch left, you don't want to pull it all the way through. So get a pin, get one of your pins, and so it holds. Find your safety pin, we'll get it through the rest of the way. Okay, there we go. Pull it out a little bit, take your pin off, hold on, and then grab your other side, and I put them together, one on top of the other, like this. And I'm just going to push the fabric out of the way, tie an overhand knot to secure the ends. If you have trouble with it, just you could ask an adult to help you with that. But here it is, now it's connected. And we're almost done. We're going to take it back over to the sewing machine and finish up. So here's our two ends with our elastic inside. And you'll notice we've got right here we have this nice folded edge. It's a nice clean edge. On this side, we have the raw edge of the fabric, the other end. If we left that out, we'd have a lot of fraying. It just wouldn't look very pretty or be strong enough to hold it all together. So what I'm going to do is slide the raw edge of the tube into the folded edge of the tube. And I think maybe you can see here, see where I've drawn a line? It's about 1/4 of an inch in. I want to make sure I catch everything. I marked it with my chalk marker just so I have a visual guide. And I'm going to pin it. Straighten that out a little bit. Whoops. Slide it under the presser foot, and I'm lining up my needle with my mark. Back stitch. Oh, don't do that. I ran over a pin. I was lucky that time it didn't hit the needle, or needle didn't hit the pin. Okay, lift your presser foot, turn your hand wheel again to the needles all the way up to the top. Take it out. You're going to clip your threads and you're done. Finished scrunchie. And then you can just slide your gathers around towards your seam to even it out, and there you go. So here's our finished scrunchie. These sew up so quickly. Practice making a bunch of them. Make them match your clothes, in your favorite color. Just have fun with them. They also make quick and easy gifts for your friends. So congratulations and great job. I'll be doing more project videos, so please like and subscribe below to my channel so you don't miss any. Also, if there's any sewing techniques that you would like to see me do, please put them down in the comment section so I can see that and want to do what you'd like to see. So I'm so glad you joined me on Let's Sew Kids. Bye.